Hey, what's up, everyone? Today we're going to talk about 3 things that will help you be more productive in your personal, your professional life, whatever you're trying to do. And these are real simple things, but they can be the hardest things because the majority of us just don't freaking do them. First off, get yourself a notebook or something. I don't care. It could be one of those real small ones. Matter of fact, I even encourage you early on to get something small that you can put in your pocket, something that you can carry with you all the time. If you always have a backpack or a purse and you can hold something bigger, by all means, the bigger the better, because it makes it, you have more space. And the first thing you can do, right? Write down, write down your goals, right? You can do this in a number of ways. You can write down goals that are very big, right? Like literally write down every day. And I know this is going to sound crazy, but bear with me. If you do this for at least 3 weeks, then tell me if you feel like it's working or it's not. All right. But if you only do it for a day or 2 days, or if you only do it Monday through Friday and not Saturday and Sunday, it's not going to work for you. So you're going to write down those big goals every day. It doesn't matter if it takes 5 years to reach them. You still want those big goals. It's about visualizing and writing it down. You're literally writing it in your mind over and over again that this is something I'm working towards. So when you don't feel like doing something, right, you're going to roll back into I keep writing this down. I keep telling myself this is a goal of mine. So you will start doing small things that will equate to big milestones, which will get you to where you want to be. The other thing is writing down things that you're trying to do that day, right? So what are some specific goals, specific actions you can do today to work towards the bigger goals, right? And the best way to achieve big goals is to break them down into smaller goals, right? So you might have at the top of the page your big, your strategic goals, right? And I hate to say it, like, I don't know how many people go, well, I want to be a millionaire. I challenge you, for your big goals, define why you want them. Anyone who says I want to be a millionaire, I'll say you're stupid, because why do you want to be a millionaire? And do you understand what being a millionaire means? Being a millionaire could mean that you are literally broke, but you have $1 million in assets, which sounds great, but it's not $1 million that you can spend on whatever you want. It's literally tied up in assets. There are a lot of millionaires out there that don't have a ton of money. What they have is real estate, and the real estate might be worth money, but they don't have the money in their pockets, right? And yes, that's a great thing to have. But if the stuff hits the fan and you need money, guess what? You're going to have to liquidate your assets. So are you really a millionaire in the sense of what you're putting down on paper? So I challenge you, when it comes to those big, what I call the big ticket items, right? The ones that are going to cost you the most, that's, sweat, money, equity, and time, most importantly, right? Define those out for what you really, really want. So if what you want is $1 million in the bank, well, then the reality is you probably want to be a multi-millionaire because you're going to need the assets and the cash. And nobody wants $1 million in the bank. And I'm kind of going off script here. Why would you want $1 million just sitting in the bank? The bank's going to give you a couple percent interest, and they're going to lend it out to other people and charge them 3 to 10% interest. So be smarter with your money. Anyway, I digress. So map out those big goals, and those are going to be always at the top of your list. Then start putting in, maybe you can break this down. You can make this more in depth depending on how you want to do it. Start off simple. Just put your daily goals, like things you want to get done today. Maybe you can add on things you want to get done by the end of the week. Or if you have a project for work or for school or whatever, you can add those in. And then as you see some results start happening, add the bigger ticket items in, right? What I would suggest, if you really want to dig into it right away, have your big ticket items. So things that are over a month to achieve, right? And up to 5 years. And then maybe have a second group that's like within that month, things you got to get done. And then this is the stuff I'm doing today, right? And then you kind of start seeing, and I know it'll be tedious. You're writing the same crap over and over again. Oh my God. But it makes it a priority with you, because eventually you get tired of writing the same crap and you want to start crossing things off the list. You want to add new things. Someone tells you about this affiliate marketing program and now I'm going to be rich again. Oh, wait, but I never finished my drop shipping business. Like, stay on point with everything, right? So that's number one. Get yourself something to document every day. And you can go to the dollar store. Like, you don't have to spend money on some $50 stupid thing that's leather bound with your name and your family crest on it. Like, get anything that you can write on. And you can literally find books like this at the Dollar Tree. No biggie, right? Spend the $1.07 or whatever your state tax is and go get one. So that's number one. Number two, and these are all things, I hate to say it, I didn't find the true value of these until I went to prison. And a matter of fact, it was more when I got out of prison that I applied all this and it really worked. And I am shameful to say that I stopped doing it and I just recently got back into it. So let's see how productive I can get. But anyway, you got to have a program. All right. And when I say that, I don't care what you got going on in your life or at work. You need to have a program. I hear so many people say, I don't have the time. And I was like that too. I was always saying, man, if I only had time, I'd work out. If I only have this, I'd do that. You know, if there weren't all these other things that I had to do or I had to focus on, I could, go to school and I could do all this. I did that. I even did it in prison. The one place where you literally are pretty much, you have all day and night to do whatever you want. And I've told this story many times, but probably 6 years into my incarceration, about halfway through, 5 or 6 years, I resigned myself to, I'm going to go to school. I'm in cell living. We're locked up in the cell most of the time. What better place to study in? These other guys, they're doing it. And so my parents foot the bill on like $1,100. Mom and Dad, sorry if I got that wrong, for a couple of classes from Ohio State because they did correspondence courses. I got my books, I got my curriculum, I got my synopsis, all this junk. And I didn't do anything. I don't think I read more than 10 pages maybe. And I told my parents I was sorry, but they don't understand that in prison, like, everything's moving and I don't want to get into a fight and I can't focus on this because there's so much going on. People are getting stabbed and all this stuff. That was true. There was stuff going on. But the reality was, most of the time I'm locked in the cell. No one can get to me. And whatever's going on out there, I can't do anything about it, right? I'm in a cell. So why didn't I monopolize on that opportunity to complete those courses? Ironically, a few years later, still in prison, and I started changing my mindset, and I'm in dorm living where everything is wide open and anyone can come and get you at any time. I got back into school, but I didn't want my parents to waste money. So I went and signed up for free correspondence courses through a junior college, and I got all A's and did a bunch of great work. Mindset, right? But I also was writing my goals down. I wanted to be able to get my AA degree as soon as I got out, or my bachelor's degree as soon as I got out. So I wanted to just build up units. But I wrote it down. I planned it out. Now, when I go back to saying you got to have a program, my problem was that I never had a program. I didn't have a program. I didn't have the discipline to sit there and say, this is exactly what I'm going to do from when I wake up to when I go to sleep. Now, this is going to sound crazy, but this was my prison program. All right. When I was doing good, I woke up early to go to breakfast, because I had a regular job. It was like a 9-to-5 job. So I would get up at about 5:30 in the morning, go get ready. I'd say positive affirmations in the mirror. I'd brush my teeth, get everything ready, get dressed, go to early chow, because if you had a job where you start early, they had an early breakfast. So I'd go to that, go up to my job. I was on a health trip, much like I am now. So I would go up and work. I worked in an optical lab. It was like a regular job, right? So we got a lunch and then we got a break and then we got off work. So I would eat while I worked. I'd eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. That's literally what I ate every day. And I drank milk. That was the way I filled myself up. As soon as that lunch bell rang, I went out and I did burpees. If you don't know what a burpee is, look it up. It's calisthenics, and I would literally do like 400 plus burpees in a 30-minute time frame. Come in drenched in sweat, get back to work. Next break would come in about an hour and a half or so later. I would go back out. 15 minutes, straight burpees. I'd knock out 200 more burpees. Come back in, drenched in sweat. I would get off work, go down. I'd go do 100 flights of stairs. There was only first and second tier. So I would run up and down the stairs, up and down, 100 times. Then I would cool down. I'd walk around the building, cool down. Then I'd go take a shower. By that time, everything was shut down. It was count time. So literally from waking up to count time, which was 5:15, I want to say, I didn't have a break. Everything was planned out. Everything was mapped out. I was busy that entire time. Count time, I would meditate. So I would sit on my bunk, meditate. You have to sit up because they want to see that you're alive. They'd walk around. Count would clear. I would meditate for 10 minutes or 15 minutes. Meditation done. Boom. Dinner was next, right? So I'd go use the bathroom, do whatever, say what's up to people, get the mail, whatever. Boom, go to dinner. After dinner, come back. I had cell phones in prison, and this was back when it's not like now where everyone's doing TikTok and stuff in prison. Like that was nothing. Like it was hard to keep a phone and be on the under, but I had a cell phone. So I had a time frame. Usually it was about 7 to 8:30 that I would use my phone. The rest of the time I let other people use it. So I'd get my phone, do my thing, and then depending on whether there was a show that I watched or whatever, I might watch a show. But the rest of the night up until about 11:30 was homework. Homework and maybe watching TV, And that was my program. Always, every day. Then on the weekends, Saturdays was sports. Football, softball, whatever. We played sports. So Saturdays was yard day. Sundays, I got visits. So Saturdays, I wouldn't work out because I was out playing sports. If, for whatever reason, there weren't any sports going on, I would work out in the building. Sundays, I got visits. So Sundays, I would get up, go to breakfast, come back. I usually clean things, do laundry and stuff, get all my stuff ready for the week. And then I would do 100 flights of stairs. That way I get a workout in before I go to visit, go take my shower, I go to visit, come back. The rest of the day was kind of ad-lib. That was my free day to do whatever. Most of the time watching TV, watching movies and stuff. Program. Now, when I got out, what do I do for work and everything else? Get up at 3:45 in the morning so I could get a workout in. I go do burpees and stuff, then I go for a jog. Usually get me in a good hour workout, another half hour or so to cool down. 10, 15 minutes of that meditation, log in a journal, go take a shower, be the first one in for work, right? Work all day, get off, depending on the day and what time, what's going on at work, go hit the gym for an hour or 45 minutes. Go pick up my daughter from school, get back home, make sure my daughter's taken care of. We might go grocery shopping. It's whatever in between that and about 7 o'clock when we have dinner. That's cooking dinner. That's doing everything. Make sure my daughter and my wife are fed. When that's done, then I would, quote unquote, relax. Usually I'll play some video games, go online with my friends. That's my way to connect with people, and we BS, disconnect. And then it's maybe catching up with a movie or a TV show or reading to bed and do it all over again. Program, when you tell yourself, this is what I do, right? This is what I do. There ain't no, people can infringe on that. You give yourself gaps. This goes for work too, y'all. If you're one of those people that works and people are on your schedule and sending you Outlook invites and all that, block off time for you to, and it's going to sound stupid, you can block it off and call it me time. You can block it off and call it project work. You can block it off, but block off time where people can't book you. And that's the time you use to catch up, to do the things you have to do. When you have that phone call at work, go for a walk while you do it. Change your program up, right? But allow yourself to do things, but don't give yourself so much rope that you hang yourself. Because we'll get into this mix of not being able to freaking do stuff, right? It's about having a program. So you write your stuff in a book, right? And then you program around what's in your book. You program around your priorities. So that's number 1 and number 2. Now, what is number 3? Well, number 3 is the hardest one of all. Oh my God, this is where everyone fails. Everyone. If you fail, this is going to be it, right? They don't do it. So number 3 is you have to actually take action. And that's where I rewind it back to the beginning of this. You have to do this for 3 weeks. You will not see or feel any results if you don't do it for 3 weeks. I'm telling you. And I know you're probably going, oh, he's using that. It takes, 21 days to create a habit. Yeah, but it's not about the process. I've talked about this before too. I need you to fall in love with the results. You can hate the process. Fall in love with the results. To hold your hand up high in the winner's circle in that first place position, right? You got to fall in love with that result. And so you will do what you hate, which is the process, like you love it. I've heard people, listen, I was saying that wrong. People have come up and talked to me because they see me out jogging. They're like, man, you must really like coming out here. We see you out here every day. And I'm like, I hate it. But I love the results I'm getting from it. I hate jogging. I absolutely hate it. Like, I'm one of those people that used to say, like, the only way you're going to get me to run is put a bear behind me. Like, that's not me. And to this day, I don't care how healthy I've ever been in my life. I've never enjoyed running or jogging or doing any of that. I love playing sports. I'll run while I do that, but I hate it. Like, I feel like, what's the point? So fall in love with the results. Number 3 is get started, but fall in love with the results, not with the process. And if you fall in love with both, hell, kudos to you. I need to be on your level. Sometimes I do like the process, but for the most part, it's the result. And it's getting out of your comfort zone. It's doing something that you haven't done. Change only comes with change. So I love y'all. Back to this. Number 1, start writing down your goals. Big, medium, and small, right? So daily, we'll say monthly, and then your yearly or your multi-year goals, right? Number 2 is set a program based around those goals. And that goes for the daily, that goes for the monthly, and for the annual, right? And then 3, fall in love with the results, not the process. Or if you can fall in love with both, great. But what that really means is just get started doing it and don't stop. You have to give it time to set in with your body, with your mind, with your soul, that this is what is going to change me. And it will, I'm telling you. I was a dumb kid at 24 who did a lot of stupid crap that ultimately my choices and decisions landed me in prison. Since then, I've been able to do a lot of great things. I'm kind of in a crappy spot right now, but I'm working my way back out. And best believe I will get back out. We can get back out together. Let's go do this. Get off this podcast. Get off this YouTube video. Let's go do it. Remember, if you put yourself first, and I'm saying this as someone who puts everyone else first, right? If you put yourself first when you're mapping out your life, it'll be a hell of a lot better. And I say that because if you don't take care of you, you can't take care of others. And I'm a very big person with I let everyone eat first. I put everyone first. But there are times where I know I have to make a shift, because if I don't take care of me, then I can't take care of anyone else. So I hope you all are well. I know there's a lot still going on with the pandemic and Delta variant, and there's a lot of split and divide still out there. Be safe. Be healthy. Love thy neighbors. I love y'all. Talk to you next time.